What's up, everybody? How's it going today? Thank you for checking out this exclusive YouTube hit of Morton's Law Podcast. Don't forget to follow me on all major platforms. I just did a recent episode called I Rant, Therefore I Am, where I went into deep details of the awful embarrassment that was the Jake Hager-Wardlow cage match and a lot more. And yeah, thank you, everybody. Please, if you like this video, hit that like button. Also, please subscribe and spread the word of Morton's Law Podcast. All right, so I happened to check out Hell in the Cell. Yes, not at gunpoint, but I did watch. So I wanted to get into a couple things and talk about what could happen with Drew McIntyre going forward, also basing it off of what happened Monday night on Raw. So a lot to get into. Let's go right here. Okay, so what does WWE do now with Drew McIntyre going forward? All right, we talk about McIntyre losing again Sunday night at Hell in the Cell. And of course, MVP had a role in it, as he always does. Now, you could talk about MVP's distraction at WrestleMania and the fact that he's always involved in these finishes. Now, I have no idea what they have planned going forward with this. This is just pure speculative on what I think WWE can do with Drew McIntyre. Now, you hear all these rumors of Brock Lesnar coming back, and maybe they want Lesnar to be the guy to beat Lashley. I have no idea. I mean, the thing is, though, McIntyre has not lost clean. So it makes you think there's a possibility that Vince still wants him to win this title. Now, people talk about, oh, well, he's going to win it in front of a crowd. But the thing is, he already fought Lashley in front of a crowd at WrestleMania, 25,000 people. Now, he didn't win that match. But the thing is, I really believe that Vince McMahon wanted to give Lashley a run with the title. When you think about Lashley's career, it was kind of a career reward for everything Lashley's done for WWE. So I think Vince wanted to give him a little bit of a legit run, not just be that quick transitional champion. Because a lot of people, now granted it was the opening match of WrestleMania, still thought McIntyre was going to win, and he didn't. So when you think about this run Lashley has had, it's very similar to that of Mark Henry's and that whole House of Pain and how he became very popular as a heel champ and actually got over with the crowd. So that is why I think that Vince decided to keep that title on Lashley. Now, when you look at what happened on Raw last night, which was what they called it the upset night, because you had McIntyre lose the Riddle, and then you had Styles lose, and you had Orton lose. Now, of course, that just sets up next week's three-way, because that's what WWE does, the typical booking that a lot of people go, okay, that didn't make any sense, but this is what they do. Now, of course, you had throughout the night everyone backstage, from Jinder Mahal to Ali to Mansoor and everyone else complaining about not getting an opportunity to be in this Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Yet somehow all three losers I just mentioned will get another shot. So it's WWE, it's hard to make sense of anything they do. Now the question is, can McIntyre actually win Money in the Bank still? Now, of course, that depends on Vince. I don't know what he has planned. Let's just say McIntyre wins Money in the Bank, all right? Now, we know he can't challenge Lashley again. That's the storyline, right? He can't challenge Lashley. But what if he comes out and the announcers talk about, oh, well, he can only challenge Roman Reigns or Karrion Kross, and we know that's not happening. And by the way, it's interesting now that all three company champs are heels. So you figure McIntyre, though, in character, is a proud man. And you could say he wants to overcome and finally defeat Lashley. So how does he get Lashley at WrestleMania? Let's talk about this. This is my idea, my angle. Tell me if you like this. Again, comment below. So McIntyre wins Money in the Bank. He comes out on Raw and he says the following. Now, of course, the announcers will speculate what he's going to do. They'll say he only has two options. McIntyre cuts this promo saying he knows he can no longer challenge for Lashley's title. And of course, it would be a great opportunity to face Roman Reigns or Karrion Kross. The thing is, I can't look myself in the mirror. I can't live with myself if I'm unable to conquer what I want. And what I want is you, Lashley. I want my title back. Let me ask you something, Lashley. How can you look yourself in the mirror? How can you sleep at night knowing you cannot beat me without MVP? The so-called Almighty One needs help in this ring to beat me. Lashley's music plays. He walks to the ring with MVP. He says, Drew, you had your chance. It's over. Give it up. Your excuses are pathetic. It's not my fault you took your eyes off me at WrestleMania. How many chances do you want, Drew? Drew says, one more, but I want it without MVP at ringside. I want to cash in my Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. No surprises. You know I'm the challenger right now. Lashley laughs at him and walks off. The following week on Raw, McIntyre in the ring calls out Lashley again. Lashley says, this is becoming annoying. You are absolutely pathetic. Stop embarrassing yourself. McIntyre says, I'll sweeten the deal. I'll let you add to your legacy. If I cannot beat you at WrestleMania, I will retire. That is it. Career's over. You'll never see me again. Lashley laughs at him and walks off a third time. Following week, we get to close to the end of Raw. There's a camera backstage. Lashley is knocked out. He's cold. MVP gets in the ring, cuts a promo. Who knocked out Lashley? McIntyre comes into the ring. He says, I know deep down that you know Lashley cannot beat me without you. And now I'm going to eliminate you from the equation. McIntyre destroys MVP, hits him with a claymore. He's left laying. Lashley now backstage being looked over by medical staff. He comes to. McIntyre's on the mic. He says, Lashley, get out here now. Get out here. Lashley walks out and sees the situation. McIntyre now has a chair in hand. He says, you take one more step, I'm going to end him. Lashley implores, don't do it. Don't do it. McIntyre says, give me what I want. Lashley's beside himself, starts walking closer. McIntyre takes the chair and blasts MVP in the leg. MVP's in agony. Lashley starts walking closer. McIntyre says, one more step and I'm going to put him in the morgue. Give me what I want. Lashley says, you got it. You got your title match at WrestleMania. McIntyre says, my career for your title. But one more condition. Lashley says, what? McIntyre says, MVP barred from ringside. One-on-one for the WWE title. Lashley says, at WrestleMania, I end your career. So tell me what you guys think of that. Now again, if the Lesnar rumors are true, all this goes by the wayside. I don't know. I also have another thought. Perhaps Lesnar could interfere at Money in the Bank, costing McIntyre his opportunity. And then again, he could go after Lashley. Just some little thoughts here. I mean, I don't think that will happen, but it's an option. I just don't see, like, going forward, a viable challenger to Lashley's title unless it is Lesnar or McIntyre. I don't think they've built anybody up. Let's be fair. Morrison and Riddle, I don't think those. I mean, I like Riddle in the future to beat Lashley. I just don't see it now, or Riddle just winning the title at some point. I mean, right now he just looks like a fool. The whole thing with him beating McIntyre, then going up the ramp and basically begging Randy Orton to speak to him, that really made his character look soft. So hopefully there's a twist there coming. I mean, his character really has to get away from what he's doing right now. It looks pathetic. And yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, I was really shocked that they had Morrison win. They had Ricochet win. But again, I can't hate it. We've been talking about building stars. Now, does this build stars? Probably not. This is going to be in the match. So, but yeah, that was a really good match with Riddle and McIntyre, that was as good a match as you're going to get. I did just finish seeing the main event. I still don't understand how Xavier Woods just randomly gets a Hell in the Cell match with the champion. That's just, again, the booking you see week to week with the show, and one of the reasons I don't watch the show. I just wanted to comment on what I think McIntyre could do going forward. Let's see how it plays out. Again, thank you guys for checking out this little quick hit here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Morton's Law Podcast on all major platforms. Check out that last episode, please. Spread the word, like, subscribe, all those good things. Thank you guys again, and God bless gay sex.